A pleasant day, grade 9 learners. Welcome to another fun learning engagement here at Valenzuela Live, Mapeh 9. Make sure you have your pen and paper with you so you can write down the important details. I am Ma'am Donna, and I will be your Mapeh teacher for today. We will be using the learning module in Health 9, page 37. We are now on our 8th week for quarter 1, which will focus on the environmental problems here in the Philippines. Here are the most essential learning competencies of our lesson. Discuss the nature of environmental issues and analyze the effects of environmental issues on people's health. So learners, let us now begin our learning journey by watching this music video created by Mr. Oliver C. Narag, PLE teacher from Mapulang Lupa National High School.
Pasiglahin natin muli ang ilog. Pasiglahin natin muli ang ilog. Pasiglahin natin muli ang ilog. Pasig ang ilog. Ang ilog. Ang ilog. Pasig kung ating babalikan ang nakaraan. Okay, sarap pagmasdan ang mga batang lumalangoy sa malinis na tubig na dumadaloy sa ilog na aking pinagisnan. Ang ganda'y makikita na lang sa lumang larawan.
Did you like the music video? Well, I hope so. Now, let us answer some questions about music video you have just watched. Type your answer in the chat box. Number 1. What famous river was presented in the music video? Is it A. Pasig River or B. Tulyahan River? If your answer is Pasig River or Ilog Pasig, you're correct. Number 2. How was Pasig River described before? A. Clean and beautiful or B. Long and wide? If your answer is A. Clean and beautiful, you got it right. Last question. What is the message of the music video? A. Restore Pasig River's beauty or B. Take picture of Pasig River? If your answer is A. Restore Pasig River's beauty, you're absolutely genius. Alright, nice job learners. The music video shows the Pasig River, which due to the continuous dumping of wastes, the riverbed has become more and more polluted with organic matter and non-biodegradable garbage, which brought the other environmental problems to the community surrounding it. The pollution of the Pasig River is the only one the many environmental problems which our country is experiencing right now. Today, let's find out what are those. But before that, let me find out first how much you know about the environmental problems by answering the first activity. Checking your insights. Identify the environmental problem described in the following statements. Type your answer in the comment box. Here's number 1. It is a sudden local flood, typically due to heavy rain. If your answer is flash flood, then you're correct. Number 2. The presence of harmful substance on air. The correct answer is air pollution. Number 3. It is the action of clear-cutting or removing the forest. If your answer is A, deforestation, you got it correct. Number 4. It is the contamination of bodies of water, usually caused by human activities. The correct answer is water pollution. Here's the last number, number 5. It is the displacement of the upper layer of the soil. If your answer is soil erosion, you're definitely correct. Good job, learners! I think you are already prepared for additional learning today. Let us now discuss more about the environmental problems in the Philippines. Putting our country into the rare list of the nations which have both hotspot and mega diversity area for over 6,000 plant species inhabitants, no wonder the Philippines is rich. Unfortunately, our country is facing environmental problems that greatly affects people's health and safety. Now, here are the most pressing environmental problems in the Philippines today. First is deforestation. It is the destruction of big areas of forest. The Philippines is among the countries with the fastest loss of forests cover around the world, ranking 4th among the world's top 10 most threatened forest hotspots. Next is flash flood. It is a sudden flood of great volume, usually caused by heavy rain. Illegal logging is a flash flood factor believed to have contributed to the high deaths of the city in the Iligan and Cagayan de Oro during the Typhoon Sendong in 2011. Victims were swept away by huge logs that rolled down from the denuded mountains. Next is oil spill. It is the release of liquid petroleum hydrocarbon into the ocean or coastal waters. Came from oil tankers with equipment faults, nature, and human activities. Next is illegal mining. It is the extraction of valuable minerals or other geological materials from a mineral body, which forms the mineralized package of economic interests to the miner in the absence of land rights, mining license, exploration of mineral transportation permit, or any document that can legitimate the ongoing operations. In line with this, Mining Act of 1995 aimed to help the domestic mining industry regain its competitiveness by allowing companies or the contractors to obtain an exploration permit for a specific area for up to 4 years. Next is coral reef degradation. It is the destruction or death of coral reefs. a significant problem throughout the world. Gardner pointed out that the coral reefs in the world, 11% has been completely lost and 16% has been damaged. Coral reefs are a diverse underwater ecosystem built from calcium carbonate secreted by corals. Corals are actually animals and not plants. Corals can be colorful, but once removed from water, become colorless. Next is pollution. It is any alteration of the physical, chemical, and biological properties of water, air, and or land resources. Under this are the following. Air pollution. It is any alteration of the physical, chemical, and biological properties of atmospheric air. Next is water pollution. It is any alteration of the physical, chemical, and biological or radiological properties of a body of water, resulting in the impairment of its purity and quality. Next is soil pollution. It is chiefly caused by chemicals and pesticides, such as poisons that are used to kill agricultural pests like insects and herbicides that are used to get rid of weeds, result from unhealthy methods of soil management and harmful irrigation methods. Now, let us find out the effects of these environmental problems in the Philippines. First is deforestation, and these are the effects. Soil erosion, greenhouse effect, silting of rivers and dams, degraded watershed, flooding, destruction of coral along the coast, landslides, and denuded upland. Next is flash floods, and these are the effects. Diseases such as cholera and other waterborne disease, loss of life, contamination of drinking water, destruction of sewage system, destruction of dams and digs, or the riverbank. Next is soil erosion. The effects are unproductive use of farmland, difficulty in raising of livestock, silting of artificial lakes, and loss of soil and vegetation, which causes climate change. Oil spill. Effects are suffocation of marine mammals and death of trees from oil into roots. Next is the coral reef degradation. Effects are the loss of edible reef fish, reduction of species diversity and richness, alteration in the size structure of target species. Next is illegal mining. Water poisoning of all living things in it, destruction of beautiful coral reefs, and barrenness of land. Because of the vast and dangerous effect of the environmental problem in our country, the government has created regulations to combat this problem and protect the environment for the future generation. Here are some. The Presidential Decree 1067 or the Water Code of the Philippines, which is all about the adequate measures to conserve and regulate the use of water in the commercial, industrial, and management of commercial water. Next is the PD 389, also known as the Forest Reform Code, which codifies, updates, and raises forestry law in our country. It emphasizes the sustainable utilization of forest resources. Third is the RA 8749, known as the Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999, which provides comprehensive air pollution control policy. For additional information, You can find a list of these implementing laws in your module on page 39 to 40. Now, as a part of your independent learning task, I want you to read the environmental laws in your module and find out what each law states. Now, let us see how much you've learned from our discussion today. Let's have this activity entitled Fact or Bluff. Type in fact in the comment box if the statement is true about environmental problems, while bluff if it is false. Here's number 1. Illegal logging can cause flash flood. If your answer is fact, you're correct. Number 2, deforestation provides opportunity for housing projects. If your answer is bluff, you're correct. Number 3, oil spill bring endangers bodies of water and living things in it. If your answer is fact, you have a check. Number 4, planting trees prevents soil erosion. If your answer is fact, you get it correct. Let's have the last one, number 5. We can do something to help fight environmental problems. If your answer is fact, you're absolutely genius. Congratulations, learners! That ends our discussion for today, and thank you so much for your active participation. Always remember, the environment is no one's property to destroy, but everyone's responsibility to protect. Again, this has been Ma'am Donna. See you on our next learning journey here at Valenzuela Live, Mapeh 9.